Hey, it's Ben here, just going to give you a few tips on how to set up your equipment so that you can protect it and not damage it, and also so that you get your best performance out of it in the water. What I tend to find is a lot of people set themselves up badly, so when they go out into the water they don't actually have much of a chance of succeeding and getting the best out of their session. So what we're going to look at is setting up your leash and waxing your board. So the main thing with setting up your leash is that it doesn't damage your board. So I've got an example here. I'm going to have a look at this board just on the end of it. It's very frayed and damaged. Okay, and what's happened is the string from the leash is pulled through. It's been put pressure across this rail and pulled through and damaged it. So to avoid that from happening, what you need to do is make sure this string here isn't too long, that it's not pulling out over the rail. And we use the rail saver of the leash. So the rail saver should run all the way around, protecting the rail of the board. This will avoid all those little gashes on your board. If the board does get damaged, you want to make sure that you repair them nice and quickly, otherwise water is going to soak in and the life length of your board is going to be reduced. Okay, the next thing is waxing your board. What you find with a lot of people is they look at the base layer of the board, they go, yeah, plenty of wax on this board, out we go. Issue is if it's all wax, if it's been sitting in the car or in the house or different temperature changes, it's slippy, so it's not working. Wax is there to be nice and sticky. Okay, down here I've got it nice and sticky. So we're going to show you how to set up your board that you can have it waxed without damaging it and where to. So waxing your board. Best way to wax your board is to get it down on your toes. Sit on your toes like so the rail isn't going to get damaged off any concrete. Alright, and then you can push it against your knees and you're not doing any damage to the hull or the back of the board. Alright, what you want to do is you have a nice base layer hopefully, and you do nice big circles. If you've got bumps on the board from your base layer already, what you're going to find is those bumps basically pull the wax off the bar for you. You know you've got enough when you can put your hand on it and it sticks. So look at there, it's nice and thick. It slips away. So my hand slips here, sticks here. So you can imagine when you're out in the water, right, wet foot, it's going to land there and be solid. Where you need to wax then is also very important. You're going to wax around the center of the board where your front foot's going to be, and near the tail of the board where your back foot's going to be. If you wax further up the board, like up here, what you're going to find is if you're putting your foot this far up the board, there's something going wrong with how you pop up. Okay, so you got to watch that. Shouldn't be much more than the center point of your board for your wax. If something's going on, your foot's ending up here, we look at that in a few later lessons and see how you're popping up. The other big issue that people tend to do is to wax the rails here for their hands. If you find that your hands are slipping off, that you need wax to keep it on, you're more than likely got your hands in a slightly wrong position and you're driving the board too much, so your hand slips off. Okay, which then comes down to how you're positioning your weight and how you're popping up. So it's more of a pop-up issue than a wax issue. I wouldn't be waxing up here at all. If your hand slips off, you need to look at your technique. Okay, that's it for now, and we'll come back with some more tips soon.